Okay, so in order to find any invoice greater than $12,500 or any invoice that has an open balance of $5,000, we're going to start with an if formula again. So in cell K6, I'm going to say equals if, open parentheses. So now we're still going to have multiple logical tests, but instead of doing an and formula, we're going to do an or. So we're going to type or in open parentheses. And our first test is going to be if the invoice amount is greater than 12,500. So if G6 is greater than 12,500, and when I hit comma, my formula moves on from my logical 1, or my first logical test, over to logical 2. So my second criteria I want to say is if my open balance is greater than $5,000. I don't have any other tests I want to do at this time, so I'm going to close my parentheses. And now my formula guide here tells me I'm back to my if formula. I'm done with or, I'm back to my if formula. I've done my logical test, so I'm going to hit comma. So if either of these criteria are true, I want to say yes, and that's in quotes. And if that's not the case, then I want to say no. Close my parentheses and hit enter. So now let me fill this formula down. So when would we need to use this? Well, if you're trying to identify some selections for the client, it's a lot easier to let Excel do the work for you and eliminate duplicate selections rather than if you go in and say, well, let me filter for everything where I know it's an invoice over $12,500 and put that in a data table. And then let me also filter for everything where my open balance is over 5,000 and put that in a data table. And then you still have to remove your duplicates. So by just using an if formula and using an or formula within it, you can eliminate those extra steps and identify that selection just through the use of one formula.